In this tip, we'll cover staff commissions. Commissions are great incentives for having your staff upsell services, products, and so forth. And having a system that can track those commissions as well as commission payouts is extremely helpful. So with the CRM, you're able to do all of that in one place. So firstly, when you want to pay out commission to a staff member, there are some settings that you could tweak. And so you would do that under admin, settings and options. I'll open that in a new window just so I can keep this screen up to show you later. So from here, we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to invoices and payments. In invoices and payments, on the right hand side, you have an area for default commission type, commission amount, and also if you want to allow recurring commissions. So in this case, you can choose dollar amount or you can choose percentage amount, and then you set the amount here. So default to 2% or 5% or whatever it happens to be, or you can default it to, $10 per sale, something like that. And then if you want to allow recurring commissions or not. Recurring commissions would be if you have, let's say, recurring invoices, customer makes a sale, then each month that invoice gets generated, it's going to automatically keep track of the commission for that particular rep who's supposed to get the commissions. So very, very helpful. Now these are the default settings. That just loads by default, so you don't have to keep putting in your default settings when you create an invoice. But you can always tweak those settings manually per invoice whenever they generate. And to do so, you're going to want to go to invoices. And when you're creating an invoice or if you're editing one, in this case I'll show you one, we'll edit it. So at the very bottom is a section for sales reps commissions. Now here's where you can choose the user, and then so whichever one of your staff members, and then you can set the commission, and is it percent or dollar amount? Do you want it to be charged once or paid once, or recurring? And then essentially it will update here and tell you what they will earn on this particular invoice based on what the amount is here. Okay, then all you have to do is save it, and then automatically now that information is going to go, where was that screen? Here it is. That information will go into the sales reps commissions, and it's going to show up on their dashboard. From their dashboard, they can search the different dates and times. Now in this case, I'm logged in as this particular staff member just to show you some demonstration data. And they would find that by clicking on their name and then clicking on My Commissions right here. So if they click their name and then they click My Commissions, they're going to be able to see their commissions at any time. And it shows them a few different boxes, and I'll explain those now. So it shows them what they've earned, and this is for period payouts plus potential. Then it shows them their potential. These are earnings that are not included in payouts. So in this case, the one we just added, which is to this invoice here, they're going to earn $100. Because there's been no payments towards that invoice, technically there's no commission to be paid to them. It's just what they can potentially earn if this client actually pays their invoice. So that's why it's under potential. So the minute that that client makes a payment and they're due their commission, it's now going to show earned, and it's going to put here that they've now earned their commission, right? And it'll remove potential to 0, and it'll remove earned to 100. Okay, so that's how that works. And then these two boxes show the exact same thing, but just lifetime. So this keeps track of basically what's going on between this period, and the lifetime is going to show what they've earned throughout the lifetime that they have been, a representative, for example. Okay. Now, once again, it's from all payouts made. So if there's no payments, it's just going to show here earnings and potential. If there's payouts that have been made to them, that's going to show out as well. And one note, this here, the lifetime payouts, that's actually what they've been paid. Lifetime earnings will be whatever they've earned here, but for life. And then lifetime payouts will be whatever they've been paid from those earnings. Okay, so maybe this is 100,000, but they've only been paid 50,000. So 50,000 will show here for payouts, and lifetime earnings will be 100,000, so they would still be owed 50,000, for example. Now, how do you pay out commissions? How do you mark them as paid so that they show up here under payouts? Well, to do so, you're going to want to navigate to basically your staff commissions report, which would be under reports, staff commissions, and then from here, you can either choose a staff member and you'll be able to see their specific commissions. So here we'll choose the staff member, and so here we go. We can see their stats, and we can review everything, make sure everything makes sense. So we can take a look at, right now we're viewing Alan specifically, and we'll be able to take a look at his earnings. And then down here, we can add a new payout. So that's where we can, he's already selected as the person to pay out. We can choose the payout date, so when was it made, and then we can choose the currency depending on what you have set, and then how much did we pay him. So let's say we paid him the full 100 that he's owed, and then we can put some notes and submit payout. That will then show up here as a payout that's been made to that particular representative. Now, if we go back and we unchoose the staff member, it doesn't show any stats because there's no person there. But this is basically, if you go reports, staff commissions, the page that loads by default, it won't show any options here because there's no staff member selected, but you can still make a payout. So if we know that we owe 100 to Alan, we can just simply choose his name and we can put in the $100, and then we can put in the notes, invoice paid, blah, blah, blah. We can put in some stuff. Then submit payout, and it'll show up here in the list. Now, like I said, if we choose a staff member here, then we're able to see their statistics, and we can see what needs to be paid out to them. And we can see, okay, they have 100 potential, but it hasn't been paid yet. So there's nothing technically owed. But if this number shows an amount earned, we know that that's for this period, that's what's been actually earned based on payments made. And that's where we can make that payment out to Alan at that point. So that's essentially how the commissions work. I showed you how you can change the default settings when you're creating an invoice under your admin settings and options, and that's where you can set the defaults. And then under, when you're creating an invoice, finances invoices, when you're creating that invoice, you can set at the very bottom. I'll show you real quick again, just to recap. The very bottom, sales rep commissions, and it shows the info here, and that's per invoice. And then if you set it recurring, every future invoice that's generated from this profile will automatically add Alan's commissions in. So depending on how your business is set up, your sales structure, you have a lot of flexible options. And then you can do your payouts under reports, staff commissions. You can also view anytime how their commissions are going, and then individual reps can click on their name at the top and click my commissions, and then it's going to give them their own breakdown where they can see exactly what they've earned. So very, very powerful system. Take advantage of it. It's a great way to incentivize your staff.